Hello, everybody. This is part 2 of our Porsche versus Mercedes showcase. Inspired by these two chases, the Canyon Warriors Mercedes-Benz 500e and the race day Porsche 935. I thought, which era are we in? What golden era? JDM still going, and Euro definitely, but is it more of the Porsche era or more of the Mercedes era? Part 1 was all about Porsche. We went through all of the premium releases in the car culture era from Porsche. And now we are going to focus on Mercedes-Benz, equally rich. But we're going to use this little scoring system that I came up with, and we're going to figure out what era are we in. This is all for fun, of course. And I hope you argue my points, you argue my scores. Let's just talk about this for a second. Let's just talk about the chase. Mercedes-Benz 500e started as a basic. Now it's been converted into a premium, and it is a beautiful premium at that, in silver to start for Canyon Warriors, but of course the chase is in black. And if you actually look at it, in fact, I'll even just show it to you. If you look at it, it actually is a two-tone model. You got black rims, you got a black body, but it is dark gray on the lower half of the car, which I think is definitely kind of for that casting. I think it has, or for that car, I think it has had a two-tone. Obviously, we think about these Mercedes in black. There's something iconic about black Mercedes. I'll do a YouTube short on those because I pulled all of those together. But this chase is beautiful. It's clean. It is, I mean, it's era appropriate. Black Mercedes just hit right, and this one definitely does. And I do like the gray trim on it. So I think it's fantastic. Now, I went through the scoring. If you remember, we talked about Porsche. There's been more premium castings released, so Porsche wins that. Mercedes actually wins new premium, meaning original castings. This one was converted from basic, but there's also others that were made originally for premium. Mercedes actually has more. They have 12, so they win that one, so it's a tie. Chases, I actually pulled them out. Let's talk about the chases for a second. There are two Mercedes chases and two Porsche chases. If you remember, these are the Porsche chases. We showcased them last time. Just both released this year. We have the Speed Machines version, 60th anniversary. Casting's beautiful. The deco is okay. And I think the same thing, another anniversary Porsche for 75th anniversary. I think that's the 60th anniversary of the 911. This is the 75th anniversary of Porsche, if I have all that right. Hope I do. Of this casting, the 935. And of course, it looks fantastic as well. But both anniversary models, both nice, but two chases for Mercedes, and there's just no contest. Two black Mercedes, a black series in black. That's pretty fantastic. We'll talk about the black series casting in a little bit when we do its scoring there, but that one is really clean and really cool. And this one, era appropriate in black with the two-tone with the gray. They just look awesome. They're just so right on point. Chase or not, they're fantastic. Mercedes wins that one. So now Mercedes is ahead. All right. The other thing we talked about is, like, we're going to score all of the castings releases, but we're also going to pick some home runs. Right now, to give you a little review, I picked 4 home runs from Porsche. I picked the Advan race car. I picked the Modern Classic. Boy, there's the sun all of a sudden. I picked the Modern Classics, Porsche 911, picked the Vintage Momo Team Transport version, and I picked the RWB in purple. So 4 home runs. We're going to see where we're at with home runs with Mercedes as well. All right, let's get to it. Sun might come, sun might go, but we're going to go ahead and do it. And we'll start with race cars like we did with Porsche. And I'm going to give you a score of 1 to 10 where I think these castings went, and we'll talk about the average towards the end. Number of releases, casting, and decos is, not number of releases, but just what the decos look like on all of these. And we start with a doozy. How about this model? I'm going to try, now that the sun is out, I'm going to have to play with this a little bit. This is the Mercedes-Benz AMG C-Class race car. Second version. This is the one that was released in race day, actually, with the Porsche 935, and it's an absolute stunner in yellow, black racing wheels. Racing deco looks so good on this one, and I mean, it's just near perfect. And I'm going to put it there, but as good as that one is, its first release is even better. And this, friends, that's a home run right there in the D2 deco. It looks just so good. It's all wrapped around the entire body of the car. I have no arguments with this one, and it is definitely a home run. So we're going to put it off to the side right here. I'll put it like put it like that. I'll put it right here with the other ones. Actually, you know what? Since we're doing it, let's just put it right here. Home run right there. This one is awesome. And I give that a 10. I gave the RWB was the only perfect 10, but I already have a perfect 10 right out of the gate. Next casting. More modern casting is the 2016 Mercedes AMG GT3. Casting is really, really nice, but I don't think collectors have been terribly interested in this casting, to be honest. IWC deco is really good. That was the second version. This was converted from basic. The first version, we've seen it a couple of times in a racing deco as well. I mean, really nice. The lace wheels are nice, but I don't think anyone's that excited about it, so I gave that a 6. Well executed, but I don't know if anybody really cares, to be honest. Next one is a racing. It's the Sauber. It is awesome. This is the first release. It has a removable piece. We won't worry about that right now, but it looks really good in this just very clean Mercedes deco. Number 63 race car, Sauber Mercedes on the windshield. It's just really beautifully executed. That was in the Diorama series. And we've seen it in Diorama as well in the second version, the Olympia AEG Olympia deco, which is based on a real one too. I argued giving this one a 10. I thought about giving it a 10. I don't actually know why I didn't, but I gave it a 9. I just think it's just beautifully executed. The casting is as well. Unimog, another one that I think people appreciate but don't necessarily get that excited about. Done really for pop culture, but now we've seen it one time as the paramedic in car culture. We'll just move on from that one. I gave it a 5 just because I don't know if people really care about that one. I know some people do, but just not as much. How about this one? This one's tough. This is the Mercedes-Benz AMG E36 Estate Custom. With the wide body kit, it looks so good. This would have been an easy 10, but it gets a 5. And everyone knows why. It was not executed right. It needs to have the door lines on the second half of the car. I love this. I hope they improve it. I even still like this version as is with the 5 spokes. It's just near perfect, but if the doors would have been done correctly, this would be a home run easily. It would be a perfect 10. But I still actually don't mind it. It needs to be better. All right, I'm going to adjust some things here. I hope you guys agree with me on that one. Because and hopefully it gets improved, and maybe they release another one like in a 2-pack or something, because it's just so perfect. All right, this is another one that's only been released once, and it's awesome. It's the Mercedes-Benz CLK GTR, and it is a perfect 10. It gets the 10 score. It's also a home run. There's nothing I can argue about this casting. It's just beautifully executed. The deco is perfect. I love everything about this. I hope we get a plain version soon, a clean version, but that is a home run. So there's our second home run. It's now Porsche 4 home runs, Mercedes 2. Let's keep on going with the Red Pig. I don't have these in order. The Red Pig is actually, was a Red Pig, but I just have this one first. And I like this clean version. This is actually, I've seen Magnus Walker driving a version of this car. This is the very first AMG. The Red Pig is their actual race car. I actually like this one in silver with the gold rims on it even better, so much so that it is the 3rd home run. It's a perfect 10 as well, this entire release. That model is so perfect, and then I love the decos they've given the other two. They're inspired by the AMG racing decos, right? They're not exact because there's some logos they can't put on it, but this casting with the bumpers gone, that classic just grille, the kind of racing version, what they've done, it's just awesome. I'm going to go with the silver as the home run, but I think you could pick any of them, especially the original Red Pig, done exactly like the original Red Pig, original Hot Wheels Red Pig, done exactly like the original real Red Pig with all of those decos. It just looks great. All right, that's an easy one. Let's move on to this beauty. This is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. We've actually seen, we've seen this done in Elite 6.4. We've seen it done in RLC, and even in Basic. But this one was done for Premium to start. This is the IWC deco. I think this is the first version. In-team transport looks really nice. I think the casting is nice. Done in the, doesn't have the opening doors, of course, but I think it's done really beautifully. And we've had some really nice versions of it. I think that's the best one. I think it's really well executed. The only issue with this casting is I don't think anyone is that interested. I think it's been upstaged by the Elite 6.4 and the RLC. And this racing version is nice. That's the Leno version. And then this version from one of the diorama sets. I think the decos have been appropriate. I think they've been vintage. I think they look really nice. At the same time, I just don't know if it's garnered as much interest as other castings, so I give it a 6. All right, moving on. Did I give that? I think I got that right. I'm just making sure my scores are all correct. Let's talk about the G-Wagon. 2 versions of the G-Wagon. Fast and Furious was the first one. There was also this period correct. I'm not going to score that one. Or I guess I could say even the Gullwing has that special IWC release as well. It's the same thing. It's only Zamac as the Team Transport. But let's get back to the G-Wagon. Really clean. This one without the roof. It's a removable roof. This is the first one they released from Fast and Furious in this really nice olive green color. It's really well executed. Then Boulevard in silver with the roof that you could pop off, but we're not gonna, because this is how it came. Another clean version in silver. Another one that's really well executed, but I don't think garners a ton of interest. So I gave that one a 7. All right, let's talk about another fantastic model. This is the 72 Mercedes-Benz 280 SEL 4.5, long name, long car, and another home run. We are tied at 4 home runs each, and this one, tan interior, chrome steelies, casting is perfect, sits low. There is not a complaint in the world about this one. I just think it's so well executed, so well done, so cool in every way. It is an easy home run. It goes there. And let's just keep on going to the other 2 versions. This one is also a perfect 10. So we now have, what is it, 4 perfect 10s, CLK, GTR, Red Pig, and this one, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. This is the 2-pack version. I like it with the 10 spokes, a little modern twinge to it, but I still think it looks better with the classic Steelies. Speaking of, I was tempted to put this one as a home run as well, but I can only get one. And the main reason, the matching rims, the fact that they're green. Mercedes with matching rims. Now, this one would have those like hubcap, you know, those dogtish type hubcaps with the Mercedes logo on them. But obviously Hot Wheels can't make those wheels. But this is what they're doing, is replicating it. And they did it really well by matching the color to the car. That's such a Mercedes thing. And I think that olive color is just perfect as well. That casting is so beautifully executed. All right, let's go to the Black Series. I already showed you the chase. Here's the first version in red, chrome 10 spokes. It's awesome. Really, really nice casting. Really, really cool, legendary car. Love it in red. Love the chase in black. We've already looked at it, but we'll look at it again on the turntable. Black Series in black, of course. And it's clean, right? They don't need the Black Series. Like, that's how we see it as in street versions. Red, black with black rims, and then the more recent Boulevard release in yellow, which is beautiful as well. Nice and clean as well. Black 5 spokes on it. Looks awesome. But I gave it a 9. Why didn't I give it a 10? Only one reason. I think of the Black Series in white. That's how it's like the C63 Black Series. I just think of it in white, and hopefully we'll get one soon, and then it easily goes to a 10. White with black rims. All right, we talked about the Unimog. Let's talk about the Sprinter. Cool model. Like it. Like that it's premium. Done really for pop culture because it has all that real estate on the side, but they put it in the Deutschland design mix, which looks really, really good. I like this casting. Again, same thing. I think it's executed beautifully. I just don't think it has the same interest, so I give it an 8. I mean, I think it's really well done. I give it an 8. Maybe I could have given it a 7 as well. Let's talk about the 190E. I think this is the OG Mercedes casting. This one, there were some Mercedes that was hitting in basic, but when this hit premium and modern classics in that first year, when Hot Wheels finally got, or Mattel got the Mercedes license back, this was, to be dramatic, kind of an earth shaker for so many to see this car finally done as a Hot Wheels and done in premium and done beautifully. I'll get to the black model in just a minute. Here's the Momo deco. There's been a couple kind of cool racing versions. There's a lot of good racing versions that they could do, actual racing versions. And if they can't do all of the logos, they could definitely do tribute decos. Falcon looks really cool. This is from Team Transport. Has a wheel variation on it as well. I just have this one, which looks really nice. I like both of those versions. I think there's a green version coming in Boulevard, but we have this whole series of black cars as well. The Project Cars version from Car Culture. It has, like, the way this one is done is definitely a tribute to the racing versions of this car, the angles of the stripes and everything, but it is Project Cars, which was this collaboration that Hot Wheels did with that. Was it a video game, I think, with Project Cars? Then, of course, there was the special Ghost Hot Wheels version from the, what was that? That was the display case, right, that you could buy. And they did this black version in matte black. I thought about not including it because I'm not including the period correct that you see in the background. But I just put this one out here anyway because it is in black. You do think about the 190E in black. That's what it's most famous for. I do like the modern rims on it. I mean, it's going to have that Hot Wheels logo, which I'm okay with, but, you know, it's okay. And then let's talk about this one. The OG, like I was talking about, from Modern Classics. There it is in black. Jet black, front grille, rear tail lights. Looks awesome. Love the Aero style wheels, which makes sense on this car as well. It's just perfectly executed. But I'm not giving this one a home run. I should give it a home run, but I'm not giving it a home run because I'm giving this one a home run. The second version of the exact same car they did for the 2-packs, where there was enough change in it where they actually removed the chrome from the rims that I thought, and they actually made the taillights wrap around the sides because they were now upgrading. You know, this was, that first one was from the first year of Car Culture. This one is perfect. And that, my friends, is the number 5 home run, basically passing Porsche and putting Mercedes in the lead in that topic as well. I actually love that casting. I don't know where I'm going to put it, so I'm just going to put it right on top of the Unimog like this. There we go. And that casting, it gets a 10 as well. I know I'm probably showing some bias. I love Porsche, but I just think Mercedes, I think there's so many 10, you know, perfect 10 castings that they've done, or perfect 10 releases. That leaves us to the last one. There it is, the 500E in gray, silver, two-tone. So the body turns black for the chase. We've already talked about that one, but here it is in silver. I think it looks really, really good. I'm going to give this one a 9, only because we need one in just jet black or white. How about white with white rims? That would be perfect. This one is just getting started. I actually like it as the chase and everything else, but, you know, what are you going to do? I don't even know where I'm going to put that. We'll put it right there. And there you go. Where are we at? Well, we don't even have to do the math. Porsche wins in number of castings. Mercedes wins in numbers of original castings for premium. Chases, Mercedes wins as well. Those 2 chases have been executed better. Home runs, Porsche has 4, the Advan 935, the Modern Classics 911, the RWB Purple, and the Boulevard. No, not the Boulevard, the Momo, the vintage Momo Outlaw. Mercedes, we've got the C-Class race car. We have the CLK GTR. We have the Red Pig in silver. And we have the long name, the 72, right? The 280 SEL in black with the chrome rims. And then, of course, the 190E, the OG Mercedes that brought Mercedes back to premium in a very, very strong way. Average scores, Mercedes wins. They have more 10s. That's going to pull them up on average scores. Porsche has a few duds. But you know what? It's still, based on my scoring, Mercedes wins. We're in the Mercedes era. I do think that the Mercedes mixes are more interesting, but I also think, here's a controversial take, that Mercedes is just, as in general, Porsche has a long racing history, so we need more Porsche race cars. Mercedes has a long racing history, but also has a very rich street car history as well. Porsches, oh, how do you even say this? Porsches look the same. So we need that racing. We need more racing cars, and then maybe we get more into that Porsche era. Mercedes, I just think, has been more interesting. I think the castings have been more interesting. So I'm going to say Mercedes wins at this point, with many, many more cars to come. You guys tell me what you think. If you disagree with me, I hope you do. Tell me why you do in the comments. But there we go. Mercedes. We're in the Mercedes era based on my review. Let's see where we go. I want to see your opinions as well. Thanks, everybody. Bye.